If you skin that off, makita nimo siya dire. So just below the eye and just before the tympanic ring. So temporal na siya dire. And then underneath your temporal nga muscle would be your masseter. So this is your just posterior to your tympanic nga ring is your depressor mandibulae from the word itself. It depresses your mandible or the jaw. So this is your dali siya hinumduman, depressor mandibulae. And then posterior to that, we can see here a very big bulky muscle attached to your suprascapula. This is your dorsalis scapulae attached to your suprascapula. Remember the suprascapula of the pectoral girdle of your frog. This one right here would be your just below your dorsalis scapula would be your latissimus dorsi, which is in continuous with your trapezius. From the word trapezius, triangular sila. So this is also paired. You can see it also here, trapezius. And then this right here, just after the head or posterior to the head, just have to break or something like that. So this is your levator scapulae inferior. And then if we cut your levator scapulae inferior, we would see internally the levator scapulae superior, levator scapulae superior. So it's somewhere here, there. So just internal to your levator scapulae inferior. So again, this here is your temporalis, and then internal to your temporalis is your masseter. This right here is your depressor mandibulae, and below it, this is your levator scapulae inferior, and internal to that is your superior. Again, posterior to it is your dorsalis scapulae. This one is your latissimus dorsi, continuous to your trapezius. So, proceeding to your dorsal back portion here, this would be your longissimus dorsi, from the word longissimus dorsi, dorsal. And below it, posterior to your longissimus dorsi, below or lateral to it again, this would be your coccygeosacralis, because this would be connected to your sacral vertebra. This right here below your coccygeosacralis is your coccygeoiliacus. So connected to your ilium. So this is your gluteus, and this right here surrounding your cloaca is your piriformis. Okay, so let's look at the ventral portion of the head region. This right here, this diamond shaped cartilaginous part, this is your median raphe. This is the superficial muscles, superficial lateral shape ng mga strand. This is your mylohyoid. And then if we, let me borrow this. If we cut in the middle and then open it, we can see inside it is the Vertically nga stranded nga muscles would be your geniohyoid. Yes. So pwede na nimo siya mabali. This right here would be your hyoglossus. So we'll open that later. Okay. So going down, these again, this very bulky muscle would be your, this is your deltoid, and just partially covering the another muscle called your sternoradialis. So your sternoradialis is not fully covered by your deltoid ridge. So this would be your sternoradialis here. And below that, this are your pectoralis nga mga muscles. They have contains three muscles, your pectoralis anterior, your pectoralis intermedium, and then your pectoralis posterior. This right here is part of your sternum. So this line, midline here, is called your linea alba. This right here, your transverse inscriptionis tendinae. So they look really dark because they have blood cells. So they look like that. And then lateral to it would be your external obliques, and when you open that, you can see your internal oblique or your transversus rectus abdominis. Okay, so now we're done with the major main body mass. So let's proceed to your appendages. So let's start with the dorsal portion of your hind limbs. So this right here is your triceps femoris. So triceps from the word meaning three heads. So we can see here from the dorsal side, we can only see two heads. So this would be your RFA.
Rectus femoris anterior susjuk anterior rectus.
Sige, i-check na balik. So this would be here is your RFA, dorsal part, and posterior to that is your vastus externus, because external man siya. And then if we go ventrally, this would be your vastus internus. So that's why triceps femoris siya. Okay, then below your triceps femoris, here we can see a slender, no, this would be your biceps femoris. And then this would be here your semimembranosus. Posterior to your semimembranosus is your gracilis major. So if makita nimo siya sa imong dorsal side, mas visible imong gracilis minor. Very thin nga muscle lang. And then proceeding to your ventral part, this right here we can see the another head of your triceps femoris, your vastus internus. You can also see the another head, your RFA, whatever may that mean. So this right here is your sartorius, covering parts of your adductor magnus and adductor longus. Beneath it is your
semitendinosus.
Still covering, this would be your semitendinosus right here. It has two heads, so you can see here semitendinosus. Okay, finish ang apart. And then this right here would be now your gracilis major, and this thin, very thin gracilis minor. So proceeding to your shaft. So this dorsal portion, makita nato very visible gastrocnemius or your bug talk. Lateral to it would be your peroneus. And then we can see here your
Tibialis anticus
part of your tibialis anticus longus. Going to the ventral portion, we can still see your gastrocnemius. Lateral to it would be your, this one right here is your tibialis posticus. And then bukog na siya. So lateral to it is your extensor cruris. And then if we continue, we can see now your tibialis anticus longus containing 2 heads. So kani. So 2 heads na siya. And then we can also see here your flexor
tarsus
flexor tarsi anticus. So flexor tarsi anticus. So basically the names of your muscles are made based on the shape of the muscles, can be the action or origin of the muscles, and also of kato, origin, action, the shape. So now let's so the forelimb is made up of your major muscles, which is your triceps, brachii. It's triceps because tulo. So this would be 1, 2, and then 3. So triceps, brachii. And then you study na katong mga flexor radiale, flexor. So this right here will be flexor palmare because of its association with the palm. Okay. So let's try to open your trunk nga region to see your mga glossus, mga hayoid. Okay. So opening that, we can see your, now we can see your, this right here, this very long muscle would be your sternohyoid. Okay. And then this right here would be your hyoglossus. And then anterior to your hyoglossus, covered by your geniohyoid, would be your genioglossus. So your omohyoid is a lateral, very thin, very dangerous. If grabe ninyo siya iana, maputol siya. So this would be your omohyoid. Omohyoid. And then if we cut through your omohyoid, we can see your petrohyoids. Your petrohyoids are here. We can see if they hindi pa siya cut. So your petrohyoid, these 2. So I think petrohyoid superior na petrohyoid inferior. Kani sila duha. So again, this is your sternohyoid. This is your hyoglossus. Genioglossus. Okay. This would be your omohyoid, and this
petrohyoid.
petrohyoid. Okay, so I think wala naman tayo na miss. This is your hyoglossus. So your muscle of your throat. And then above, if ikita pa nimo siya, mas makita nimo ang genio. This one right here is your unsa man ni siya. Your most anterior, just below your jaw. That's your submentalis or submental. So this right here is your genioglossus. So sternohyoid. Okay, so I think that was all for the muscular system of the frog. Sige. Okay, we're done. You go